All right. Interesting one. Young man asks, I'm a 20-year-old Caucasian male that weighs 120 at 5'10". Wow, you are thin. I live in Texas. I have read your book, Curse of the High IQ, and currently reconnaissance man worthless are on the way to my mailbox. At $12.50 an hour, my job is paying me for my online accredited computer science degree that I have 3.5 years left in. Probably paying more in tuition than they are your wage. My family believed I was autistic since I was 7 and refused to send me to school. My education was left to myself after I learned how to read. Yeah, your family sounds pretty screwed up. Yeah, look, guys, it's not going to solve the problem. Here's the paradox or the quandary. What's the difference between someone who has like a genetic, actual mental illness, something's wrong with your brain, versus somebody who just didn't have a dad around and shitty parents or shitty upbringing, came from a broken home? What's the difference? Answer is there is no difference. You're fucked up either way. You know, I point this out in How Not to Become a Millennial. All these kids that fake being not the gender they are. You're like, let's say you're a straight guy, but that's not popular. So all these guys start wearing makeup and they try to be popular and they, oh yeah, I'm totally gay or I'm bi or whatever. And then they gotta forget if they ever sleep with someone they're not genetically attracted to. All right. Let's say they just got to keep up that act and facade all the way through college. Oh yeah, it's gonna have some mental problems. And so they come in and they tell you, oh, you got the ADHD, you got the social anxiety. It's like, do they really, or do they just have shitty parents? And I guess the point is moot and academic because you still got the problem. It still feels like shit. But I guess the reason I'm pointing that out is like, maybe you don't have a mental illness. Maybe you really don't have the hid to his. Maybe you just had shitty parents, huh? I'm the last child from 11. Oh, jeez. I bet you money was abundant, right? Did the Lord provide, or was which were you Republican Christians and the Lord would provide and Jesus would save you all and you burn in hell if you're not? Or were you the Democrats where the taxpayer would provide? It's not your fault. It's just I look at this and it's like, oh wow, and you have mental illnesses, really? And I spent my entire childhood playing video games unmonitored from the age of 3 to 18 before getting a job. I never considered college due to the cost until I found this opportunity. Woke up to the nightmare of being replaceable to companies if I never tried to get the skills better myself. I test 2 to 3 standard deviations above average, and everyone around me keeps telling me, you're smarter than you think. Why do you work here? Well, you work there because you don't have no job. You're a 20-year-old dude. Most 20-year-olds work crappy jobs. And those people ask those questions are pretty stupid. What do you work here? I'm 20. Why? Did you know of a job that pays $100,000 a year for 20-year-olds? Where is it? I want your advice to clear a path to achieve what I want from life. And I enjoy the request videos on your YouTube channel. I seriously doubt my intelligence. Even now, my family continues to tell me that I'm going to crack under real responsibilities because I'm an idiot. Well, then how'd you get okay, you self-taught yourself. You also are probably malnourished. Oh, you're the first kid to go to school, college, I mean. And you tested in, if those are legit tests, okay, your 2 to 3 standard deviations is impressive. You could do it. Here's another thing. Is your family successful? Are your parents successful? That's my favorite advice to give people sometimes is, my parents at X, Y, and Z. Are your parents rich? My parents give me financial advice all the time. Are they rich? No? Well, shut the fuck up. This girl gives me dating advice. Does she sleep with women? No. She's straight? Oh. Has she ever asked a woman out? Does she know what it takes to get it? No. Well, tell her shut the fuck up. So unless these people are successful, I won't listen to them. Want to land a job as a software developer if I like-minded people in person who can be around consistently, hopefully finding a girl with similar interests that does not have a major in psychology or teaching. Boy, you want a lot of things in life, don't you? My degree serves itself as nothing more but proof that I have some form of want to risk money in a specific future and learn maybe 2 years worth of useful knowledge if I'm lucky. Taking on 9 classes per semester to get my degree done in 2.6 years is miraculously a valid option due to tuition aid covering everything. However, this is at a cost of attempting to have a social life. Well, all right. Can you handle 9 classes per semester? That, dude, your work, don't do what I did. Okay. Don't work full time. Go to school full time. Can you what's a full load? Try a full load. You don't need to do 9. Unless you're just burning through the material and all makes perfect sense to you, fine. But no, man, you don't need 9 classes. Take it easy. Whatever a full, is it 6, 5? However, this is at the cost of attempting to have a social life around people that I failed to talk to at work or around my area successfully. Alternatively, picking up well, you're going to suffer. You're going to look, have a weekend, take a Sabbath, you get 1 day off a week, go have fun with people. It'll keep you anchored, and you're going to need it too. You cannot go even I managed to go to like a party here or there. I managed to go to First Avenue. It's a nightclub. Alternatively, picking up a hobby like trying to read 2 books a week from some advice-giving lovable asshole online is also a valid option instead of 9 classes. What's your advice? No, I won't even. Well, I get audio books, then you can work out. That's what I would do. Then that way it doesn't take any more of your time. And you need to learn that math. You need to master that skill. Like your job pays $12.50 an hour. That's good if it pays tuition. So that's like being able to study online or while at work. But you're taking way too many classes, and I would go have some fun. I go play volleyball, not even chasing girls, just go play volleyball, go have some fun, go do whatever it is you wanted to do with meetup groups. That's what I would do. Go do that. Go have some fun, but do not take 9 classes. Also, you'll find out a lot of you guys, if you're going to go into computer software, you want to become a software developer, a lot of times you get jobs before you graduate. Or at least you could, if you get proficient in come on, Clary, you had it. A language. If you get proficient in enough languages, you could just start doing contract work. You don't have to graduate. And at that point, if you get a job, that's the whole point of going to college. So you could back off on the college and just keep on working. Also, I love how for someone that is borderline illiterate, these general education classes feel they did not require 12 years of school to take. Yeah, my day, you didn't have general education class. Well, I'm sorry. We did have general education classes, but they were not as dumbed down as yours are now. They are really just trying to get as many people into colleges as possible so they can get your money. Which really spoke to me from your book as someone who had the opportunity to avoid the 12 levels of the Inferno. You know, there's a good thing that you got to teach yourself, that you didn't have to go to school. There is a benefit to that. You didn't have to sit on that fucking block of cheese with 4 wheels going to school back and forth every day. You didn't waste 13 years of your life in that regard. I've battled severe depression my whole life, and my job is mind-numbing. Shitty excuses aside, I may have a form of ADHD, and without focusing on a plan, everything seems to go to shit. But I keep moving forward. If you were me, I made a to-do list for a daily routine to get your shit together and aim towards as much success as possible. What would that to-do list say? All right. Your to-do list should be based on priority. And when I was in college, I didn't have a to-do list because every minute of my day was filled. I knew what I had a work schedule. But your to-do list, especially for your age, is not much to a to-do list other than go to school and work and try to stay out of poverty as much as possible. So your classes kind of take up most of that. I mean, you got to go to work, so there isn't that much left to do. My to-do list is very long because I'm an entrepreneur, farcical as you may find it to be. But I got to do a lot of things. I mean, it's all small little piddly crap that makes this little puny one-man operation go. Like, later on today, I got to learn how to get audio to come out of the fucking StreamYard when I try and do a video response. But your current obligations right now are nowhere near as that diverse. So I don't know if you really need a to-do list. Now, maybe you want an objective list, a goal list. That's different. I also have that tucked away. Really more my idea list. So when an idea I need to do another idea, I have it. I can make money and never work again. But your goal list, yeah, absolutely have a goal list. You want to get a 3.5 or higher with a degree in computer science. You want to learn how to program some language, within 4 months. You want to finish your college degree within 2.6 years is way too short. Within 3.5 years. You want to go to the gym and lift some weights. That'd be a to-do list item too. But yeah, put together a goal list is what I would do. Save up a certain amount of money by this time. And then also on your goal list, go out once a day or once a week. Go have something fun. Go do something. Take a whole day off. But yeah, it's not until you got a lot of things going on where you're going to school and you got a family, you got kids, and you're running a company and you got a career or what, then you get to-do lists. But for you, you got to focus. There's only a handful of things you really got to bang out. You got to put your all into them. There's some other things like on a to-do list that would maybe help you focus. But they're more like regimens. Like every day, I don't even check it off the to-do list because I got to do the same thing the next day. There's working out. There's asshole consulting. There's piddly little shit. There's writing. There's doing the seminars. There's always, there's eating all these things now. I don't think you're quite there yet. Now, if it helps you, like to have a daily routine, which you already do, sure, write it down. If it makes you feel better to check it off, go ahead and do that. But yeah, man, I think your to-do list would just be what you're doing. Go to school, do your homework, go to work, go to the gym. I said, are you in shape enough to join the military? Because that's what I ask everybody. Even for my small body size, I work as hard as I can and can curl over 40 pounds with one arm. That's not bad. I mean, for like repping. Oh, in my reps. Good. I know this is not much at all. And a few people in Marine Corps have told me that they think I could make it so I could keep myself in a continuous improvement plan. In retrospect, the way I worded my initial has a lot of shitty holes. No, it was fine. It was fine, man. You're getting paid now for school. I don't know if you got to go to the military. Military might give you the structure and guidance and kick your ass on like your fight in a good way, unlike your absentee parents didn't do. But I don't know, man. If you got this job and you're a supervisor, what were you? You're a supervisor. That's not a lot of money, but they're paying for your degree. Is it an accredited school? I don't know, man. You're doing pretty good for coming where you look. Every 20-year-old man's life is not exciting or seemingly going anywhere. That's the boring drudgery. We're just there slugging along. And then the cute girls, they get to party and go have fun. And, they get taken home by the really rich, good looking guys and all that. And that's good for them. But this is like basically one of the suckiest points of your life it's going to be. And it's drudgery. It's just getting through it. If, maybe it's not going to hurt you to talk to a recruiter, maybe talk to National Guard, the reserve, something maybe a little bit part-time, give you the family you never had. But as for your career and your school, yeah, you're battling depression. You're going to have to work out. Your job is mind-numbing. So is everybody. You may have ADHD. You have focus on a plan. Well, then focus on at work. I think at work you need a to-do list. Oh, we got to solve the Johnson account. Oh, I got to call back the wheat supplier or whatever. So put together a to-do list. That helps out, sure. But I don't know, life-wise, you got your two main goals, and that's taking up all your time. And then if you want to like maybe work out a little bit on the side, I'd recommend running if you're having depression. Maybe talk to the military. See if you can't, the National Guard weekend warrior thing. You might like it, but, that's about it. All righty, super chats. We did have a super chat on the last one, and it was from some guy, and he said, socialism will save us millennials. I think he was joking. It's like, oh, you mean like when you got free everything and that money that Obama printed off to increase government programs and give you kids the student loans and then all that money ended up going into the banking system, which increased housing prices. That's socialism. And then, and now you're in your 30s and you still don't have a career or profession, but now the rent is $1,500 a month because you want to print off all that money because Obama was going to use that. Was that the socialism you wanted? Although I think the original request was joking. All right, that's it. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. I'll see you guys later. Tools.